Hello, friends. We're in a different part of the house today. I just felt like doing work lazy, so I'm doing it from the couch, you know? So let's talk about it, right? Beyonce, darling, she got new music out, and the world is in a frenzy. It's good music, as always, right? Whether you like her or not, she knows how to set a trend, be a trend, and be a part of a trend, right? Now, do I think she's following Drake's method, if you will? No. Um, the fact that they're label mates, yeah, and I mean they're probably in the studio around the same time, but I don't think they're intentionally putting it doesn't matter. I don't think they're intentionally in any type of cahoots together is what I was trying to say. I don't think they're intentionally in any type of cahoots together. But I will say this in honor of the queen. I'm going to use the African goddess rising oracles for today's discussion, and I just want to say, you know, we try to decipher. We're so busy trying to decipher other people's things and messages and what they got going on. And I'm not saying this undeciphering or deciphering or what you think is deciphering what their messaging is doesn't help other people, but how much does it really help other people? You know what I'm saying? Besides being a healing balm because it's music, it moves the body, gets us grooving, it gives us energy, whether it be sad energy, happy energy, whatever type of energy is flowing, it gives us energy. But I'm just not into deciphering people who live a life that you don't know anything about. I'm not into deciphering those types of lives. But I will say this. If there is any specific subliminal type of messaging that they're getting out, anyone trying to decipher it won't, because the message is going to hit who it's supposed to hit, right? Just like when you watch tarot or just any type of messaging video. It doesn't even have to be tarot, just any type of messaging video where someone is talking about the laws and the views of other people. It has to resonate with you in order for you to be like, in order for you to understand it, overstand it, and understand it, in order for you to grasp the concept, the theory, the process, or if not even the process, but the operational factors of it, right? It has to resonate with you in some way, shape, or form. So, my thing is this: the messages that are given, if they resonate with you, support the artist, or either stream their work, purchase something from them, hit the like button, hit the share button, or subscribe or follow, or whatever platform, not that you're viewing this video on, because I'm not just talking about myself specifically, I'm just talking about anybody that touches you over these internet streets, okay? That resonates with you, that you like their material. Support them, hit the like button when you see them, stream something of theirs, move, purchase something if you feel moved to purchase something. But really, what most people want is the likes, the comments, the shares, and the actual follows or subscriptions. That is probably, I would say, like the biggest part of support for anyone in these internet streets, whether they are actually out to make money off the internet or not. That doesn't have to be their goal. Your your goal as a watcher should be to support. If you support it, if you're watching it, if you're continuously coming back to the channel and viewing information, or if you're constantly going to that person's page, and I don't mean stalkery constant, but you know, regularly going to that person's page on whatever platform, okay, whatever platform, you should be following that person. You should be sharing their information. You should be indulging in what it is that they have to offer, and not so much where it's like you're stalkery or abusive or, you know, any of those things, but so that they know to keep going, so that they know that there's more people that think like them, so that they know that, oh, there's more people that would like to have this option, information, indulgence of whatever sort, you know, whether you're consuming music, comedy, or whatever it is, right? It's very important that you let people know you support them. You know, watching in silent is not too beneficial to anyone, even to you, you know, because if you're not supporting and helping the person that you're watching boost, if they disappear, unless you're just like really that nonchalant about life and people in general and you don't care, then, you know, that's a whole nother subject and topic for another day. Okay, but in honor of the Queen, I just figured I'd pull some African Goddess cards. She didn't drop their music. She didn't, well, her leading single. So, you know, and this is just July, honey. There will be more. You know, Beyonce is good for dropping a few songs. She ain't gonna just drop one and, you know, buy my album. She's gonna chart top. And I like that she took an opposing route to what everyone else is doing. It's all twerk music. It's all, you know, bass music, regular hip hop. She went to a completely different place and pulled out house. And it's just like, oh, this is refreshing. You know what I'm saying? Not that it's new, but it is very refreshing to see, to have, to know that, yeah, there are other beats that can be chosen, right? It's not just the typical R&B type feel, or, you know, she's going to give us the Renaissance, hence Renaissance, you know. She's bringing back things of old and making them anew. Of course, she's working with Big Freedia. Beyonce is she's very heavy on the repetitive of working with people that didn't give her no problems, no issues, that know how to keep their mouth quiet because they're working on a project. Whether she did it in a day or in 3 days, because I remember the formation, Freedia was saying like she only did that in a couple of days, and they wanted chants, and she just sent them chants, like, and then at some point she got to meet B, which is great, like to work with somebody before you actually get to like meet them, you know. And we all know Beyonce's checks is good, right? So why wouldn't you work with the Queen again? Plus, having her on your resume, hello somebody, we know what it does for the resume. So I like that she is keeping the relationships that she's already built. And I'm just curious to see if she works with somebody she's never worked with before. I like when she does that. Like when she worked with Big Freedia, I was like, okay, you know, for the first time. Now it's just like I expected, to be honest, I expected Freedia to be on this album somewhere, because Formation was a very huge song. You know, and that's a lot of people's very favorite line. I like collard greens and cornbread. Boopity boopity boop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the If you're not listening to the intro of Formation, why are you listening to the song at all? If you skip Frida's part, you missed the point. Okay. And the fact that Frida used a tagline from someone from her hometown, like, it's just all, ooh, it's giving me chills. I love it. I love the way that people just connect. Oh, the way that they connect. So anyways, I'm saying all of this to say, you know, it is amazing how I need to be paying attention. Okay, all right, paying attention. Sources like you is making me unnecessarily work. Now I'm gonna have to bring them cards back around, yep, because you know I'm gonna put them. You know I'm gonna put them back. I was saying all of this to say is be ready. You know, we're getting ready to head into a Neptune retrograde. You know, retrogrades are always reviews, right? Of Neptunian things. Check where Neptune is in your chart. You know, if you're on this channel, I will always tell you, check your own personal chart. Check your own personal chart. Forget general reads. And it's nice to have an overview. Check your own personal chart. See where the transits are affecting you. What houses are they passing? Because everyone's going to have a different experience, darling. Okay? And that is for sure, for sure. Like, there is a lot of people with the same placements as me, excuse me, who live a completely different life, child. And I just be like, okay, your degrees or some your choices, actions. Anyways, saying that to say, know your own chart. Please know your own chart. And yeah, so hello, we're 12 minutes in now, but welcome to Oracle Conversations. My name is Natasha. It is a pleasure to meet you. Here on Oracle Conversations, we have conversations about daily life and things that we may want to shift or change, or shifts and change that are happening. And we use Oracle cards to will it all together, help make sense so that we can make some better decisions for ourselves, right? And hopefully I say something throughout these videos that agrees with you, resonates with you, and gives you an opportunity to hit the subscribe or the like or the share button, okay? And if not, I'm glad you're here anyway. Yeah, because these cards are new and they're slippery and shimmery and mirroring. Anyways, first card out is Medusa. Okay, Medusas are 23. Reduced is a 5. And you could be releasing the rage, or maybe you are in rage over a lot of the changes that has been happening. And there is always shifts and changes in life. The key is to find the flow and then get in where it's flowing, right? We've all made serious shifts and changes, and some of us are still making shifts and changes since the thing happened back in 2019, 2020, right? End of 2019, beginning of 2020. And I always say 2019 because for me it started in 2019 with all the cancellations and shifts happening. And I believe it started airing on the news in February. Like there's, you know, it started getting stronger on the news. I would say that in like February, because 2020 was because March was the actual shutdown month. So like in February, that's when like the news got serious. It's a thing. We might have to stop the world, yada, 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 yada type thing. But for me, it started in January because I work in an industry that works like a quarter ahead. Okay, I work a quarter. Well, not even just the industry. Me, period. I work a quarter ahead. Okay, so yeah. And in these shifts and changes, you may have been like seriously upset with a lot of these shifts and changes. Like, who wants the shifts and changes that are happening? Who really wants those? Nobody wanted it, but a lot of us needed it. Needed the shifts and change, right? It catapulted me, and for at least for myself, it catapulted me in a great direction. Now, I made a lot of mistakes. Okay, I made a lot of mistakes. Lots of mistakes, darling. And I've come to terms. I've come to terms with those mistakes. But if I keep looking back, if you keep looking back, you will reignite the rage. And you will reignite the rage. And it would be hard to move on and live in the present and forward life, living in the range, right? Temple shadows. Element is fire. Her declaration, I have a right to feel my feelings. Yes, you do. And don't let nobody else tell you different, okay? Medusa is feared as an ugly, vicious monster, bitch. The truth? This Libyan Berber dark goddess of wisdom's rage is sacred, epic, and fully justified. You are pissed off and petrified, angry and shaken. But underneath that, you are hurt and heartbroken, feeling undervalued and overwhelming. You can't stay silent anymore. Let your joys, hopes, and beauty rage on. Send your good intent before you when you are angry. Send your good intent before you when you are angry, before you move forward. Right? Sow good, reap good. But you can't hide what's on the inside. Okay? The rage, the upsetness, the disgust, the pity, the sadness, depression, all those things. You can't hide what's inside. Even though you cover it up with a smile and you tell everybody you're okay. Okay? You must find ways to release that and nurture yourself. Whether it be through a warm bath or a weighted warm blanket. I know it's summertime, so, maybe a cooling blanket as well, Get you a nice gel foam mattress, okay, with the cooling thing in it so you can, be comfortable. And not be comfortable in the mess, but being comfortable in the transition out of your anger and into the joy. Okay? People refuse to believe that you can actually be comfortable in transition. And you can be. I'm not saying that you won't be uncomfortable, because there is going to be a sense of uncomfortability there. But you can ease the uncomfortability, right? I enjoy time alone. Yeah, I love being around other people, but I really enjoy time alone. And what I realized is that I enjoy time alone. The whole time I'm telling myself, gotta be around people, gotta find something to do, gotta be da-da-da-da-da-da. And no, you really just want to sit and read. You really want to just sit and do nothing and listen to music. I promise you my house is going to be on a lake. It's going to be so gorgeous. And just watch the water go by. And then I can pray and talk to Source all day long. Anyways, enough about me. Embodiment. Take a breath, close your eyes, and put both hands over your lower abdomen. Tune into, the element is fire, so it's going to be red. It's going to be your sacral, right? Tune into the part of you that feels out of control. Flood it with loving, healing, golden light. Now put both hands over your heart and do the same. You have a right to your full range of emotions, including anger. Sacred rage inspires us to run for office, lead protests, and shift policies. But unhealthy rage can devour your very own soul. Get clear on what it is really happening. Allow yourself to feel your feelings, to see the truth. Just because you feel threatened doesn't mean you are being threatened. Okay? There is a difference between being threatened, feeling threatened, and being in a threatening situation, right? And I'm hoping and praying that none of you are in those types of situations, right? You're on my channel. We don't deal with abusers. We have very low to minimum to none energy for abusers of any kind, for disruptors of growth, okay? Anyone that is breaking the cocoon before the butterfly is ready to hatch is an asshole. And we don't have to tolerate that type of behavior. No, you do not. You do not need them. I don't care that you don't speak English. I don't care that you can't read. I don't care. There's ways to get on Google. Find help. Put the Google into your language. Find help. Understand that there is hope for you somewhere around, some way, somehow. But staying in a situation that is abusive to you, demeaning to you, and disruptive to your lifespan, to your goals in life is not what we need to be had today, okay? Oh yeah. Storms. It's a lot of uproar. 13 reduces a 4. That's a 5. 5 and a 4. That's interesting. And I always call out the numbers for people who are into numerology because, something may ring a ding a bell for you. Oh yeah. Goddess of storms. Of course, her element is going to be water. Okay? So we have water and we have fire. Fire and water. Her declaration is, I make shifts happen. Okay, and we know water does that, right? Water will give you the business. It will push you forward or pull you back or suck you down. Anyone who's ever been, if you've ever been swimming anywhere outside of like a pool, okay, swimming in an actual ocean or river with rushing water and things like that, it's a completely different type of swimming. Whew. Okay, let's see. Wielding her powerful sword of truth, Oya is the Yoruba goddess of storms, wind, and lightning. Storms bring shift, rapid and uncomfortable change, and at times chaos. The winds of change are in motion. Into every life, a little rain must fall. Personal storms clear away the old. Sometimes change moves slowly. At other times, change is swift. The embodiment. What would you like to change? Have we not been talking about changing? Okay. If you are not actively changing it, you are choosing it. To make shift happen, focus on what you want. Stop giving energy to what is not working. The biggest thing holding you back is you. If you want people in life to treat you better, you go first. If you attract betrayal, stress, and strife, the common denominator is you. Beating yourself up is self-harm. Negative talk to yourself, all of that. Self-harm, you ain't doing no good. You could be doing better. That's all. That's yeah. We don't do that over here either. If you want people in life to treat you better, you go first. If you attract betrayals, stress, and strife, the common denominator is you. Beating yourself up is self-harm. Feel your feelings. Honor your journey. Tell yourself the truth and practice self-compassion. You know, we want to control a lot of things. We want to control how we make our money, when we make our money, where we make our money. We want to control who we date, how we date. We want to control. And I mean, these are things that are within our control to a, slight learning curve, I'll say, right? There is a way to obtain and sustain life in your standard, whatever your standard is, friend. You know what I mean? For me, it is not getting up and punching the clock every day. I behoove going to work for somebody now. It's just not going to happen. Okay? And the contract work I do is short term. I'm only going to be doing this for 3 months. I'm only going to be doing this for 6 months. I'm only going to be doing this for 4 months. Like, I may do some contract work, but it is contracted work, and it is for a specific time frame. So when my end date comes, them and I know this is ending, okay? And I appreciate that type of work. Now, with rage and storm being here, if being upset about the change causes things to get more chaotic for you, you may need to change how you feel and think about your situation. And cut out all the other stuff. Well, it wasn't my fault, and trying to find blame with someone, or just trying to figure out things that no longer serve the issue that has passed. It is important to immediately pick up and figure out how you can move forward for the safety of you, anyone around you, and anyone wanting to connect with you, to build with you. I like that storm and rage are together, fire and water. It's a balance for me, right? Not saying that there has never been fire on the water, but usually has to have some type of substance to keep it going, right? So I just like that one can cancel the other out. Like, because things can burn even when it's been saturated and wet. It can still burn. But it also can be minimized or not necessarily put out by the water. Okay. It's just a duality thing for me. I'm big on duality, balance, the up, the down, the in and out, the positive, negative force that operates this whole universal blob we're in. Okay. There is a sense of balance about it that I always remember when it comes up to things where I feel like I fall short or I won't be able to handle and things like that. I'm like, wait a minute, the balance. If this is going, something is coming. The balance. If negative things are happening, they can't last always. Some positive has to come in. The balance. You've been done wrong, something is going to come along and make it right. And it may not be specifically that thing, but it will make you feel better. It will make you feel right. It will put you in a rightful position, in a rightful place. The balance. I love the balance. I wish I could live in balance. And I mean, technically we do, but not really. Okay. Something's usually off kilter that we have to put back. We always find balance, but to continuously have it is very hard to do. Naked. 30. Wow, 3, 4, 5. See that? That's why I call out the numbers, y'all. That's why I call them out. That's why I call out the numbers. Bottom of the deck, Harvest Goddess. We already know that speaks for itself. But I want to talk about this naked. Mami Wata. Mami Wata. Mami Wata. 30. I value a book that puts a spread in. Like, yeah, help me. Even though I don't use any of the spreads that are in the books, but I like when they are in there. You know, because when you're learning a thing, it's nice to have little added templates and stuff to help you grasp concepts. Diaspora. Temple griots. Element water. Okay. And of course you kind of figure she's mermaid. She got a fishtail. I kind of figured her element would be water. Mami Wata and her sisters live in the Ikopa River in Benin City, Nigeria. But the ancient mermaid goddess is her own global pantheon. Mami Wata influences emotions and gifts her followers with clairvoyance and healing powers. I had to do a little research real quickly there. Guidance. Hide no more. The emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. Declaration. I have the courage to be vulnerable. Being emotionally naked means being vulnerable enough for the real you to shine through. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Practice being transparent. Start with the people closest to you. Say, I haven't been showing the whole me, but I am starting today. Have the courage to feel and express your feelings without people pleasing. Speak your truth. Share your story. Cultivate an appreciation of vulnerability in others. Become comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and making others uncomfortable. Okay? It is time. I heard that as clear as day as soon as I closed that book. It is time. It is time for you to step into whatever it is you've been fearing stepping into these past 1, 2, 3 years, days, months, weeks. It is time. It is time for you to embrace your vulnerability, embrace who it is you really are, what it is you really can do. I hear some of you are really psychics. You've been knowing this for a long time, but you're scared to put, sprawn it on the people. You're scared to sprawn it on the people. Like, I knew that. How would you know that? I haven't talked to you. Let's just say God sent me. Find cute little savvy ways to express it. Just be like, I don't know how you're going to take this, but in 3 days, your cat going to get into a fight with the cat down the street. I mean, I'm making up an example, of course. But I'm just saying, find quirky ways, find maybe funny ways, find maybe loving ways to deliver your message to whomever. If you're experiencing clairvoyancy, okay. And I mean, there's no coincidence that it's 2 water cards here. That is very clairvoyancy. I mean, the more water, obviously, the more you may have a lot of water in your chart. You may have a water moon, a water rising, and a water 12th house, or a water 5th house, or a water Venus. I don't know. Or maybe you have all of those. Either way, with that type of emotion, with that much emotion, definitely comes clairvoyancy, because you're always feeling. You're always absorbing energy, probably unwanted. So you may need to learn how to, maneuver through that. I mean, the numbers is 5, 4, and 3, or 3, 4, and 5. I like that it counts down. I'm gonna tell you why. It's kind of like, and especially with it going from rage to storms to naked, right? It kind of reminds me of like what's them called? Spaceships. When they go off, like the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have liftoff. Something in your life is transpiring to where you're going to take off into your next stages, where you're going to need to be vulnerable to do it. Where you might ruffle little feathers when you do it. Yeah, you might ruffle some feathers when you do it. If you haven't started already, maybe you quit your job and started a business. And everybody's like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You're gonna work the plan is what you're gonna do. That's what I tell people all the time. I'm gonna work the plan until the plan changes. And then I'm gonna work that plan until that plan changes. And I'm gonna work that plan. And I get it. Some people need to have the mundaneness, right? Because they can count on it. Up by 6, out the house by 7:30, in my job at 8, done by 4:30, 5 o'clock, whatever your punch out is. But I got lunch at 12. It's over at 1. I bump. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Some people need that. right? Without that, they would not have any order in their life whatsoever, because that keeps them in order, right? Some people need outside influence to keep them an adult, I guess. To keep them on the adult track, to keep them understanding. No, I'm not one of those people. I don't know why I'm saying no, like we're actually having a conversation, but we are. But no, I've never been one of those people. I don't need someone to tell me that I need money to pay bills. I know I need money to pay bills. I know I need money if I want to go and do anything fun or exhilarating. I know I'm going to need money for food and to use supplies like lights and glass and things. But the way I think about those things and the way I handle those things, it's going to look different from the person who needs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's going to look a lot different, because I don't get up at 6 and punch in at a clock at 8. So it's going to look a lot different. And there are options and traces, but it's the way you think about a thing, right? Because even when I was in the race, I call it a race to nowhere. Even when I was in the race to nowhere, I never still really operated within the race rules very much, right? I remember I would purposely get fired because in New York State, if you're not, well, it's harder to get unemployment if you're not fired from a job. Okay. I mean, you can, but I'd rather the paperwork process be easy, seamless. So, and I would always keep exceptional paper trails. Because every now and again, an employer would want to fight, and then I'd come forth with information, and they'd be like, yeah, I forgot about that. And then they end up having to pay it anyway. So, I mean, there's ways to live lawfully, right? Legally, lawfully, because those are two different words. But there is ways to do that, and then and then I have other. I always have had other things going on, whether it was other jobs or other ways of earning income, because there's lots of ways that you can earn income. And child, when the internet came, it was a whole new world for me. I was like, oh, I don't never gotta work for nobody again. I just gotta figure it out. When the internet came, I was like, I'm not working for nobody no more. I just gotta figure it out. And with being around so many people so restrictive of it, I don't really know what this is. I don't really want to put, man. You can Google and find a whole bunch of information about me. And I don't care. Because whatever you find is probably old. And if it says it's up to date, I promise you it's probably not. And any address you find on me, the neighborhoods that they're in, you can come if you want to. You can go into those neighborhoods if you want to. I don't live there. Okay. But you can go if you would like. Anyways, I went like 5-10 minutes over into a rant about myself, which is not what y'all come for. Okay. Not even what I came for. Let's recap, shall we? Stay focused, work the plan, and stick with it. You're in a countdown, my dear, of some fabulousness. Remember your vulnerability. And know it's a superpower and not a weakness. It's not a weakness to cry and show feelings or just express that I don't like the way that made me feel. Sometimes you got to just say it. I don't like the way that made me feel. I don't like the way you said whatever it was you said. And now that kerfuffles a lot of feathers in people. You can't tell me how to express myself. You can't tell me how to I'm not telling you how to express yourself. What I'm telling you is the way you express yourself made me feel some type of way. And I don't really know what to do with that. Or you want me to trump your feelings without us actually having a conversation around it over mine. Like, why would I put your feelings over mine and you won't even discuss with me why you said what you said the way you said it, or feel the way you feel? XYZ. You know? It's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna be uncomfortable. But the countdown is gonna be fabulous once it's over. You know, the liftoff part is great. But the 5, 4, 3, that part, not so much, right? 5, 4, 3. And I don't know, with this, the new, you know, and I was just having the conversation about Beyonce, but now that and I mean, she's the reason I'm using the African goddess. She's not part of she can be part of the conversation. If you want to talk about her, we can talk about her. I mean, I started off the conversation talking about her. I started off at the beginning of the video talking about her. But if we're going to will her into this wheelhouse type of thing, you know, kind of like how she's releasing her music, you know, The Signal, and then there's going to be probably a couple more EPs before the actual album is released at the end of July. Yeah, you know, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like, where's the rest? You know, they're going to wear this song out until the next song comes out, and then those types of things. And then she has the little teaser boxers on her. And there's no coincidence that there's 4. There's 4 boxes that you can choose from. She's giving out CDs, which is interesting that she's giving out CDs. I mean, I still have a VHS player, so I have a converter where people were transferring, where you could transfer your VHS onto CDs. That was a time, converting all of those things from my dad. Well, that was interesting. And then he decided he didn't want to do it after I bought all this equipment. Anyway, that has nothing to do with nothing. I'm going into a family rant. Bless up, Dad. I'm just joking. You know I love you. He is not with us anymore, but we cackle about things here and there. Let me find out, what is you showing up here for? Anyways, stay true to you. Stay true to your vulnerability. Create boundaries. And I don't want to say like make people respect them, but enforce them. Enforce the boundaries. Remember I told you last week that I'm not I'm not doing this anymore. This is not how, you know, you are the author and the finisher of your story, of your journey, and you have to take charge. You have to take life by the reins and understand that there is no movement in your natal chart without you. Blessings.